It's Memorial Day 2020, and although things might appear to be a little whack right now, we still are going to take the time today to honor the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces who have given their lives in the defense of our great nation. So, from all of us here, we want to thank you for your service of all those who have fallen. This is the Hitting the Wall podcast. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I know things have been a little irregular as of late. That's because I have not been doing as many shows because there hasn't been a whole lot to talk about. Oddly enough, the pandemic still rages on. We are at, I think, 99,000 deaths from COVID-19 is what I saw this morning. Definitely a staggering number to be sure. Before we really jump into that, though, first things first, we have a super fan here on the show. And I saw last night that she checked into the hospital. Not corona related by any way, shape, or form, but saw that she was in the hospital getting some stuff done. So best wishes from all of us here at the podcast to you, Jenny. I hope that you are not there long and everything is handled, taken care of, and you are out quickly. Nothing but a speedy recovery to you. So, speaking of hospitals, speaking of disease and anything pandemic related, here we are. It's funny, this virus has done something I have never seen before. Like, I have never seen this out of a virus. If you are talking about the virus on social media, this virus will tell me what your political party is. I know, that is the craziest thing. It's insane that one pandemic, one virus seems to perfectly follow your political beliefs. Is that not the craziest thing you've ever seen? If you are more left-wing, if you are more Democrat, this virus is doing everything that your political party says it should do and believes that it does. That's the wildest thing. If you are Republican, if you're right-wing, this virus is lining up to do absolutely everything that your political party believes that it should. It's wild. Listen, folks, I'm going to tell you straight up because I really don't like lying to you on this podcast. I don't give two shits what your opinion is of this whole situation. And if you don't give a shit what my opinion is, guess what? You're actually not going to get it tonight. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I believe when it comes to the proper way to handle this, because as I've said in previous episodes, I am not an epidemiologist. I am not an infectious disease expert, nor are you. Nor are the people who watched a 30-second YouTube video and think they have this entire thing figured out. Even the experts, the doctors and experts, their opinions of this change almost daily. Yet we, the whole of the we, are working on the data that we got 2 months ago when this all started. And we are so unwilling to change because now it has become political. Oh God, I'm so shocked that that happened in an election year. It's become political. Okay, there is the political party that thinks everything should still be locked down. They think that you need to wear masks and gloves and not leave your home. And the name calling that comes from that party to the other side is beyond staggering. So then you go to the other side. You have the people, let us out. We don't need this. We don't need the mask. We don't need the gloves. You can't keep us locked in. You can't keep businesses closed down. And they want to hurl every insult on God's green earth over to the other side. And what benefits? What actually is solved when we do this? Okay. I of course am on Facebook. Hell, most of you watch the show on Facebook. So you've seen everyone on Facebook and you've seen all their glorious opinions and all their thoughts and all their musings and all their typings and their styles and their guilt trips. And that's where we're going to start right now. The mother-loving guilt trips that we are trying to put on each other, hiding behind the anonymity of our keyboards. We're going to sit there and we're just going to lob this guilt at other people. And I will tell you straight up, I have not told you if I think you should wear a mask or if I think you should not. And you know what? I'm not going to tell you, but here is what I'm going to tell you when it comes to the mask. Do not try and play this game with me. I don't wear my mask for me. I wear it for you. Okay, no, flat no. I didn't ask you to. Okay, I am in the secondary underlying health risk category. As I've said many times, 2 open heart procedures, on blood thinners, little overweight. All of these things make me more susceptible to COVID-19, and I never once asked you to wear your mask for me. Wear it for you. Wear it for the situation that you feel is right. Wear it for the people in your family who might be at risk. Wear it to set a good example for your kids. Wear it so that you don't get sick. I'm cool with all of that. You wear the shit out of that mask. But I'm going to tell you this straight up and down. Do not sit there and try and pretend that you are wearing it for Kyle Walker. You're absolutely not. I didn't enter in to your thinking. Don't lay that guilt trip on me, because I'm not going to buy it. I'm not buying any of that. Okay? And now to the people on the other side, look, okay, don't wear the mask. I mean, that's fine. That's your right. Don't wear the mask, all right? No one is ordering you to wear the mask, and I'm not going to sit here and guilt trip you and say that you should. But if you don't and you get sick, you really can't complain. You can't say, oh my God, how did I get sick? Well, you weren't wearing a mask. Okay, and don't try and guilt trip the other side. Well, I didn't want to wear the mask because the other political side told me I should wear a mask, and I wanted to be defiant, and I didn't want them to win, and so I didn't wear the mask. And, oh God. Okay, well then you're just stupid. And there's nothing that any of us can do, or either side can do, if you're just freaking stupid. Okay, so look, don't try and guilt trip other people. Okay, if people aren't going to wear the mask, if they don't want to wear the mask, if they can't wear the mask, they're not going to wear the mask. So flinging insults at them is going to do what? It's going to do what? I see all the time these people, and the one that is really getting me, this person on Facebook, and she may even watch this show. And you know what? If you watch this show, if you happen to catch this episode, of course I'm not going to say who you are, but I'll let you know that I'm frustrated. Every post that she puts, the word idiots, just 100 times over. Well, these idiots this and these idiots that. Look, you're not an idiot if you have a different opinion. And look, you can't call people idiots because their opinion differs from yours. Okay, again, I know what you do for a living, and you're not an epidemiologist. Nor am I. I work at a bank. So I'm not going to tell you guys the best way to handle this corona outbreak, because I don't know. I can do what Dr. Fauci tells me to do. I can do what the other experts who come on daily with our press conferences suggest that we do. I can do all of that. And then when we go to the next day and they change their minds and say we need to do something different, I can do that as well. Okay, because I can listen to the experts. But I'm not sitting here. Go through my personal Facebook page. You're not going to see a single solitary insult to anyone who thinks about anything ever when it comes to COVID-19, when it comes to the coronavirus, the Rona, if you will, because I'm just not going to do that. There's nowhere where it is written that I am 100% correct in all the advice that I give to people when it comes to this. I could absolutely be wrong. So look, if you wear the mask, you wear the mask for you. Okay, you wear it for your situations. And if you don't, then that is absolutely your choice and your right not to wear the mask. And yes, it is a right. You're not required. There is no written law that says you must wear the mask. Now, if you stay home, stay home. If you have people in your lives who are high at risk, if you are at risk yourself, if you think that staying home is your best option, then please, by all means, stay home. If you don't want to stay home, if you are a person who needs to go out, if you need to work, if you need to provide for your family, then by all means, go out, go to work, provide for your family, run the errands, get the groceries, drop them off at grandma's house if that's what you need to do. Now, granted, I think you should leave them at the curb and walk away and let grandma walk the rest of the way out and get those. I mean, don't go running in if you're the one who's been out there at the store. If you're wearing gloves and a mask, your chances are better. At least so we're told. Okay, I can't even say that with a surety because it changes all the time. Oh, we need masks. Oh, wait, maybe masks aren't so good. Oh, you got to wear the gloves. But if you wear the gloves more than 2 places, it could be contaminated. Okay, it changes on us every stinking day. Okay, so again, do what's right for you. Now, I will tell you some of the things that have bothered me, like I haven't been already, during this whole thing. You guys know that I lean more a little bit on the freedom side. I do not understand for the life of me how big box stores like Walmart, Home Depot are totally cool being open. Look, I've gone to Walmart a few times, okay? My house has needed essentials over the last 2 months. I've gone to Walmart. That parking lot is fuller than it is on Black Friday. And that's every day. Walmart is bringing the money hand over fist because they're the only game in town. Now, you cannot tell me that jamming 600 people into Walmart is safer than letting all the small businesses open up. You just can't tell me that, and I'm not going to buy it. Now, I know the immediate response to that is, okay, well, look at the great clips, what up in the East, where the stylist came in for days and she was asymptomatic, and so now there could be up to what, 84 contaminated. Okay, I get all that. I get it. But that is the exception, not the rule. Yes, she made poor decisions. She did not do what was advised by the people who know what they're talking about. Doctors have flat said, if your temperature is over this, stay home. If you do not feel well, stay home. If you have a cough, stay home. Your lungs hurt, stay home. All those different situations have already been addressed. This woman actively chose to ignore them. But why did she choose to ignore them? Because she had to work. She had to try and provide after 2 months of not being able to. Okay, it's a difficult situation to be in. I think she made the wrong decision. I'm also not going to do what everyone is doing and hurl insults her way and fling just name calling in her general direction, because really, what good does that do? Going back to the political part, ask yourself this. If you get on there every day and you are balls to the wall, flinging your political BS, whatever side you're on, do you think you're changing minds? Do you think that people are listening or reading what you're posting who are so ingrained in the other way of thinking that they're suddenly going to go, oh yeah, oh wow, idiot. Oh man, they called me an idiot 20 times in this post. I must be an idiot. I'm going to now suddenly agree with everything that you're saying. No, oh my God, no. Go back to every political election season ever, where we are all posting posting this, that, and the other. Oh, this guy's corrupt. This guy's this guy's crap. Has anyone ever flat said, oh man, I'm just going to change my mind? Now you've pointed out the errors of my way. Let me give you the satisfaction here in our virtual chats and, flip over to the other side. And that's what I'm going to vote on. Down forever. Go team, whoever. No. Look, all this political arguing that we're doing on Facebook right now is ingraining us more into the positions we already have. That is fact. That is flat truth right there. I could take this microphone off of its stand and just drop it right now, because that's how it is. So do you really, just to try and get your point across and to try and prove to everyone that you're right, even though they're never going to accept that you're right, you're willing to sacrifice friendships, hurt people's feelings, call names, lower yourself to the level of people who don't agree with you? You're going to do all that online because it's helpful? That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. It's not going to. I think that this virus, while it can cause symptoms and death, has caused more hatred throughout this entire country than damn near anything I can think of. And yes, that's up to and including the 2016 presidential election, which everyone hated both parties and probably should. This next one coming up, going to be worse, but we will save that for a different episode. We're going to go with that. I looked down, there was in Houston, Texas, there was that lady who opened her salon before the ban was lifted. You know what? I was totally on her side. She's been off work for 2 months. She runs a business. She's got people who are dependent on her, not just her family, but the people who work for her. Look, you know what? You've got to work. Like right now, especially with unemployment now is over the level that it was in the Great Depression. People need to work. And if you are screaming at people to stay home, that's pointless. People have to do what is right for them and right for their situation. You need to do what is right for you and your situation. Okay? Look, I was supposed to meet someone the other day. They're like, hey, I went to a thing. There wasn't social distancing. Are you sure that you're still okay, with what we need to take care of? Look, they told me. I made the decision on my own. Okay? And I totally respect that situation for happening. Okay? You were put in a situation. You shared with me that situation. Then I got to make my decision. Okay? And that's how we all need to do it. Just understand what is right for your situation and then go ahead and follow through with how you think you need to handle it. And are you going to be 100% right all the time? No. Is there going to be a point where you get a little too close to someone who maybe has the Rona and you might get sick? Yeah, definite possibility. Okay, that's just, let's be real. Let's be honest. Everyone has the risk, unless you're staying at home and you're interacting with absolutely no one. Then your risk is less. But whenever you open the door and leave your house, there is inherent risk. Your risk factor of death goes up the moment you step outside. I mean, you can still get killed in your house, don't get me wrong. Just if you're in the mood for toast and you happen to still be in the bath, toaster in the bathtub. I don't know why you had the toaster in the bathtub. Maybe you should put it in the kitchen. But still, you run the risk at home, but that risk goes up when you leave your home. Car accidents, wild animals. I mean, heck, you could get trampled by a cow, in the middle of your suburb. It could happen. But you run the risk every time you go outside. So you know what? If you want to try and keep your risk as low as possible, then you should absolutely stay home. If you're willing to accept that there is a higher risk of death and a higher risk that you get sick, then by all means, leave your home. Go do what you need to do for you and your family. You've accepted the risk by leaving your house. You've accepted the risk by going to Walmart. You've accepted the risk by going to Costco. You've accepted the risk by opening your salon. You've accepted the risk by letting customers into your business, whatever your situation is. Here in Kansas, starting tomorrow, gyms open back up. I gotta say, my doughy physique is really looking forward to my gym opening back up. Now, if I go running into my gym tomorrow, no face mask, ready to work, ready to pump some iron, hit the elliptical, I can't tell you how much I want to get in the steam room right now. I am accepting the risk that I could get sick. I'm accepting the risk that somebody who is asymptomatic or just feels a little off could also come to the gym tomorrow and make a poor decision that ultimately leads to me getting sick. That's possible. And if I go, I have to accept that risk. And I'm not going to sit there and say, well, that idiot this, that moron that, stupid gym opened up early. Oh, the darn governor went to phase two too fast. Phase two too fast. Too. Yeah, I mean, I could sit there and I could say all of these things, but ultimately, what good is that? It was my decision. Okay, I took the risk of going to the gym. Maybe the city did open too early. Do you think these governors who are getting railed one way or another, oh, this guy's great, this guy's terrible, oh, wait, that great guy, now he sucks, oh, this terrible one, oh, he's cool now. You think these people know what they're doing? Hell no. They have not been through this. None of us have. Okay, none of us are still around from the Spanish flu, and that was a different world. If you're talking 100 years plus, it was a different world. Okay, you go all the way up to El Jefe, you talk to President Trump, all the way down to Joe Schmo me. None of us have been through this. We are flying by the seat of our pants. Even the infectious disease experts, like I said, changing every day because they are not 100% certain on anything. We're all learning as we go. So look, mistakes are going to be made. People are going to do stupid things. People are going to do really smart things. Someone's going to figure this whole thing out. There's a company now, they've already had positive results on their test, and they're past the first trial phase. I was thinking of the right wording there. They're past the first trials, and they've had nothing but positive results. If everything goes great and this thing gets done, by the end of this year, COVID's a nothing. It'll be just like the flu. I'm not comparing it to the flu now. Don't jump on my ass. It will be like the flu, as in we get flu shots yearly. They give you partly live flu to get your body's immunity up for it, so that when other flu comes around, your body's like, no, I can handle you. I can fight this off, no problem. It sounds right now like it'll be something like that. Like mixed in with your flu shot, it's going to be that COVID-19 little sample that's going to get your body all like, all right, now we can fight this, got the antibodies, and nothing else is going to touch us. Do people still get the flu? Sure they do, every year, because there's a ton of different strands. Are people still going to get COVID? Yeah, they're going to get COVID, but it sounds like it's going to be pretty mellow. It's going to be a week of suck, just like the flu is, and then you get better, you go back to work. So that, I think, is where we mostly are, and what I wanted to get out there as we're, let's see, we are almost, I'd say, we're almost, right now, we're right at 3 full months under lockdown, under the threat of Corona, about 3 full months, 90 full days of this nonsense with no sign of it ending. I just talked to my day job. Oddly enough, I don't make enough podcasting. I still have to work a day job. I know that's whack. Uh, I was talking to them. We're going to be home 3 months more at bare minimum. And then they even said on this conference call Friday, they do not see a point where 100% of the workforce ever returns to our building. Okay, and that's going to be, I'm not using the term the new normal because I think that's brainwashing. There's a little conditioning that comes with that. They want you to accept things as the new normal. I don't accept this as the new normal. I don't accept no sports. I don't accept no crowds. I don't accept no concerts. I don't accept social distancing 6 feet away, blah, blah, because clearly a virus can't travel 6 feet 1 inch. I don't accept any of that as a new normal. Okay, but because we've gone to this remote workforce and because this remote workforce is working so well, then they're going to start making changes for the company, for the company's future. And I'm all about it. Like the day that they say, okay, you are permanently work from home now for the rest of your time at this company. Yo, I might go streaking. I'm going to be so excited that I'm not driving to the office anymore. I might just run the neighborhood naked. I will give you plenty of notice so that you all are not in this neighborhood because nobody wants to see that. No, not at all. No. So, look, I'm not sitting here saying I'm correct. I'm saying that we are being unreasonable, and I'm saying that we're being hurtful to each other. I'm saying that people who do not agree with the way that I think are really having a great time lobbing insults at the way people like me think. And I think the people like me who think the way I do are having way too much fun lobbing insults, again, from behind your keyboard in your home at the people who think differently. People are different. People are going to think different. They are going to act different. They are going to assess the threat of this differently. It does not make them stupid. It does not make them an idiot. It does not mean they're living in fear. It doesn't mean that they are selfish. It means they think differently. There's nothing wrong with different. You do what's right for you. You let them do what's right for them. We will eventually get through all this mess. All this nonsense is going to come to a close. Let's go all the way back to when this podcast was called Walking with God with Kyle Walker. Okay, and I said something a long time ago when I tried to make this a more religious-friendly show because, whatever I can do to get to higher ratings, right? Yeah, right. No, like I really enjoyed that time doing that, and it really helped me get a little more in touch spiritually. It was good. Trying to open this up to a wider audience. We dropped some of that, but you know what? It hasn't changed my views and opinions. So look, let's go back to a long time ago when on this show. So look, all of our troubles, everything's going wrong. This was back when the show was heavy on divorce topics. The pain that you feel from your divorce, the pain that you feel from the end of a relationship, the pain that you feel from a difficulty with a child, the pain that you feel in your marriage, okay? All of these things, and lump everything else on top of it, all of these things up to and including COVID-19 in the big man's world have an expiration date. Okay, it's already established. It is already known. And if you believe in your higher power, that higher power knows exactly to the millisecond when it ends. He knows when your pain from your divorce ends. He knows when the pain from a relationship ends. He knows the pain with the child ends, employment, finances, online bullying, death, all of it. There is an expiration date for our pain. And there's absolutely an expiration date for COVID-19. We don't know it. Infectious disease experts don't know it. Nobody does. Big man does. It's going to happen. We're going to get there. Okay, and as soon as we get there, we're all going to feel a lot better about it. So don't think that this is forever. Don't think that there's never going to be an end in sight. There is going to be an end in sight. And look, I'll speak for me. I'm only speaking for me at this point, okay? So hear me one more time. I am only speaking for me because I know that there is an end to this COVID-19. The end could be when I get it and I don't recover from it. The end could be when Big Man calls me home. It's an absolute possibility. Like that is a for real possibility. Okay, I do something wrong. I don't protect correctly enough. But look, if that happens, if in a month from now, somebody posts on this show's website that Kyle Walker has died from COVID-19, don't for a minute feel sorry for me. Okay, because I'm going to do things the way that I think are best for me and for my family and for my situation. I'm always going to do things the best way that I see fit. I could be wrong. It's happened before, once or twice. but that is how I'm going to handle coronavirus, COVID-19. I'm going to do the things that I think are right. And if I'm ever wrong, and if I'm ever done, don't for 1 second feel sorry for me, because look, in my faith, I know where I'm going once I lose the battle to COVID-19. If I get it, and if I have that battle, and if I lose it, I know where I'm going. And trust me, 1 millisecond up there, I'm sold. I'm never going to want to come back here again. All right. I will watch my daughters from the great cloud above, and I'm going to be drinking beer at the Heaven Bar. That's at least the way that I see it. So look, this is going to end. Pandemic is going to end. We're going to move on. We're going to get back to life. Maybe not as normal, but this is not the new normal, because this is going to end. There is an expiration date. We're coming up to it, whenever it might be. October, January, next Memorial Day, whatever. I don't know, but it's coming. So look, I'm going to leave it at that. I would love to know what you guys think. Please feel free, because I'm going to put this on Facebook, as I always do, in the comments section. If you're still watching right now, in the comments section, go ahead and put what you think. Avoid name calling, though. Avoid browbeating. Avoid guilt trips. Don't call anyone an idiot, because people aren't idiots. People are doing what they think is right for them and their family. That doesn't make you stupid. That makes you a responsible adult. So let's all see each other as equals, as responsible adults doing the best that they can until this is over. Deal? Super. All right. If you like what we do here, of course, go to the website, hittingthewallpodcast.com. If you want to go ahead and donate to the show, that would be great, because we're super low on money and we can't expand this thing at all without your kind donation. I realize that while over 30 million people are unemployed, this is not the most wonderful time to ask, but I think I'll try and work it in anyway. So if you are looking for a place for your donation dollar, I hope that you will consider us. Anyway, this has been the Hitting the Wall podcast, another Corona edition done on Memorial Day 2020. Thank you all very much, as always, for however long you viewed this episode before you got tired of my voice. Next time we're on, we're going to have Joe back, and we're going to talk about movies. If you didn't see last time, we had our sports movie show. Now our next one is going to be overall movies. Should be fun. Should be entertaining. It might remind you of some movies you like, or some that you definitely want to check out, because I know my movies. Spent all of high school working at Blockbuster Video. I know movies. So look, thank you all very much for joining. As always, we will see you next time.